This base currency they are now teaching the Iraqi citizens about in the hybrid monetary plan, is considered the domestic currency, which is the IQD. In this case, the lower notes that will be coming out. Base currency means the Iraqi dinar. It is a first currency in a currency pairing. The IQD will be the dominant currency in Iraq and on the forex due to its pairing. That step is the float to reach the real effective exchange rate. The black market is having pressure put on it now, and it's going to cease in the near future. They said by the end of the year. The dollar auctions will be gone anyway. But between now and then they've reduced it. Well over 95% of all transactions are done outside of the black market. The black market is relatively insignificant, but it's still affecting the citizens. Mr. Sami, Frank, who runs one of the banks in Iraq, said all that is needed at this point is a new rate to push forward the remaining things. The budget has not been released yet, but it will be. Then the HCL also needs to be voted, and we need the Speaker of the House. All of these things are working together. To see that budget and the HCL, we're going to need to see the real effective exchange rate. Frank, the real effective exchange rate will come when it starts to float. That's part 2 of the hybrid monetary reform plan. Part 1 is to give you purchasing power. I agree with Mr. Sami, there are major events that are coming to an intersection that will collide with great force, for your new exchange rate and currency. My contacts who have been trained in exchanging foreign currencies, specifically the currencies we hold, also work in wealth management. They all know there will be a sudden injection of wealth. They are prepared and ready and just as frustrated and irritated as you and I are. Question: in your educated opinion, Mark, will we RV this year? Yes, I very much believe we will see the RV this year. Television is saying the dinar has grown in strength locally and that the decline of the dollar market is looking good, saying this is great that the black market is failing, the monetary reform is succeeding and soon to bring forth what was promised. Frank, woo. Yes, it is great because this is what is needed in order to bring out the new exchange rate. As the dollar drops, your currency grows. As far as the hydrocarbon law is concerned, I think we need the financial side of things first. Article 140, they're going to need the financial side done first. I think that's where they're at. Full decisions of the cabinet meeting, they are getting into the big, heavy decisions they have in front of them. The reforms going on in Iraq are impressive. Why do I point them out? Many are part of their white papers and banking and monetary reforms, along with the increase of the purchasing power of the dinar. I was recently asked what rate will the new rate be for the Iraqi dinar after the RV. I explained unless you are on the decision-making board for the US Treasury, CBI, and the Iraqi government, then it is pointless trying to figure that out. The new rate for the Iraqi dinar will be calculated so Iraq's economy can thrive in the region and globally once the nation goes international. What is the total spending and price of a barrel of oil in the 2025 budget? Quote, the price of a barrel of oil in the 3-year budget, to which the 2025 budget is subject, was set at $70. Just wanted to reiterate once again that the budget is based on the prices of a barrel of oil and not the rate of the dinar. They never held up announcing a budget because of the RV. The central bank publishes the controls for declaring funds and their entry or exit from Iraq. One of the things I was always told is that they would secure the borders to restrict flow of cash, specifically dinar, out of the country in the days before the RV. Can only take $10 grand US, and cannot leave the country with more than $1 million dinar. I think this one is important. I got a call late last night from a 3-letter agency guy. He was extremely excited, didn't give me an exact time. We shall see. The leader of the Sadrist movement, and the Shiite national movement, Muqtada al-Sadr, decided on Wednesday to expel any member of the Sadrist movement who carries weapons against Iraqis inside the country. Salah Mohammed al-Iraqi, who is close to al-Sadr, quoted the latter in a post on social media, saying, "Anyone who uses a weapon in Iraq against Iraqis, he is using it as a bullet in my chest, and I am innocent of him until the day of judgment, and he is considered expelled from the al-Sadr family, and from the Shiite national movement." Al-Sadr urged what he called everyone who loves us and Iraq to report those who use weapons, and boycott them, otherwise they will be considered collaborators with them, and thus they will be our enemies and the enemies of Iraq. Independent MP Hamid al-Shiblawi confirmed on Wednesday that political interference is obstructing the interrogation of ministers of Mohammed Shia al-Sudani's government in parliament. Al-Shablawi told Shafaq news agency, "Political interference has greatly affected the interrogation of ministers in the House of Representatives, as many interrogation requests were submitted to the parliament presidency without taking action on them.